Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we'll follow Mr. Quan as he returns to the farm full of hope, only to discover that Tieu Lac has vanished, leaving behind nothing but a heartbreaking farewell letter. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next episode. Mr. Quan held the small shopping bag carefully as he made his way back to the farm. To anyone passing by, it was just a simple bag, a pair of matching beach outfits, a pair of sunglasses. Nothing too expensive, nothing too grand, but to Mr. Quan, it carried an entire afternoon he had already imagined in his mind. He could almost see it. Tieu Lac would probably be surprised at first. She might lower her head, smile awkwardly, and say that he should not have bought anything for her. She always reacted that way whenever someone treated her kindly. She never knew how to receive care without feeling guilty. But maybe, after a little while, she would accept it. Maybe she would laugh softly. Maybe she would finally allow herself to enjoy one peaceful day without thinking about work, money, or where she belonged. That thought made Mr. Quan's steps lighter. After dealing with the matters at the company, he had felt as though a weight had finally been lifted from his chest. He had handed everything that needed to be handled to Nom, and for the first time in days, he allowed himself to think, not about documents or deadlines, but about Tieu Lac. She had worked hard, too hard. There were many times when he looked at her and wanted to tell her to rest, but she would always find another task to do. Cleaning the farm, taking care of the small shop, arranging things quietly, doing everything as if she was afraid that if she stopped for even one moment, she would become useless in someone else's eyes. Mr. Quan understood more than she realized. That was why he wanted to take her away for a day, not far forever, just somewhere different. Somewhere with open air, wind, waves, and a horizon wide enough to make a wounded person feel that life could still be larger than pain. The beach, he murmured to himself, almost smiling. He imagined her standing beside him, perhaps shy in the outfit he had chosen, perhaps pretending not to be happy while secretly holding back a smile. It was such a small dream, so simple that he did not think anything could go wrong with it. But the closer he got to the farm, the stranger the air around him seemed to feel. At first, he thought it was only because he was tired. The day had been long, and his mind had been moving between work and Tieu Lac for hours. But when the familiar path appeared in front of him, that strange feeling did not fade. It grew stronger. The farm was too quiet. Usually, even before he reached the entrance, he could sense life there. The sound of movement, the faint rhythm of someone working, the small signs of Tieu Lac's presence, even if she was not speaking. She had a way of leaving traces everywhere, a cleaned corner, a basket placed neatly aside, fresh water changed at the right time, tools arranged where they should be. Nothing dramatic, nothing loud, just quiet care spread across the place like morning light. But today, that feeling was missing. Mr. Quan slowed down. The shop was closed. He stopped in front of it, looking at the door for a few seconds without moving. It was not unusual for a shop to close. Anyone could leave for a short while. Anyone could step away to buy something, deliver something, harvest something. But this did not feel like that. It did not feel temporary. The door seemed to carry a silence that had been there for too long. Mr. Quan frowned. Why is the shop closed today? He looked around, trying to find a reasonable answer before fear could rise too quickly. Maybe she went out to harvest, he told himself. Maybe she hasn't come back yet. But even as he said it, the explanation did not feel right. Before, whenever Tieu Lac went out, she never left the place like this. She was careful, almost too careful. She treated the farm as if it was not just a place to work, but a place she had to protect. Even when she was tired, she would still tidy up before leaving. Even when she was in a hurry, she would still make sure everything looked cared for. Today, the farm looked abandoned. His eyes moved across the yard. The ground had not been swept properly. Some things were still left where they should not be. The water had not been changed for days. A few small details, the kind most people might ignore, suddenly stood out sharply to him because they all said the same thing. Tieu Lac had not been here. Or if she had left in a hurry. Mr. Quan's grip tightened around the shopping bag. Tieu Lac! He called her name once, not too loudly at first, because a part of him still expected her to answer from somewhere nearby. There was no answer. Only the wind moved through the farm. He walked faster now, stepping into the familiar space with a growing uneasiness in his chest. He looked toward the places she usually worked. He checked the small corners where she sometimes left things. He looked near the kitchen area, near the baskets, near the spot where she used to sit for a short rest when she thought no one was watching. Nothing. Tieu Lac? This time his voice was louder. Still nothing. The silence pressed against him. Mr. Quan tried to keep himself calm. Maybe she had gone to the market. Maybe she had gone to buy something. Maybe she had taken Milou somewhere. Maybe there was a simple reason, and in a little while she would come back and look at him strangely for worrying so much. But then he noticed something that made his chest tighten. Her basket was gone, not just moved, gone. He walked closer, scanning the area again. The basket she often carried was not there. Some of her belongings were missing too. The more he looked, the more the truth began to form in front of him, but he refused to accept it. No. She would not leave like that. She had promised. She had said she would stay. Mr. Quan turned and went inside, checking the house. He moved from one place to another, faster now, no longer pretending that everything was fine. The room felt empty in a way that was impossible to explain. It was not only the absence of a person, it was the absence of warmth. A cup placed too neatly. A corner cleaned one last time. A space where her things should have been, now hollow. Every detail felt like a goodbye she had prepared without telling him. His heart began to pound. Titley, where did you go? He opened a drawer, checked a shelf, looked around again as though the answer might appear if he searched harder. But all he found was more emptiness. Then his eyes stopped. On the table, there was a small money box. Beside it, a folded letter. For a moment, Mr. Quan did not move. The shopping bag in his hand suddenly felt unbearably heavy. He knew before he touched it. He knew from the way the letter had been placed there, carefully, deliberately, like something left behind by a person who had already made up her mind. Slowly, he walked toward the table. On the front of the letter, there were words written for him. Ange Chu. Just those two words were enough to break something inside him. He reached out and picked up the letter, but his fingers felt stiff. He did not want to open it, because once he opened it, he would no longer be able to lie to himself. He would no longer be able to say she had only gone out for a while. He would have to face the truth that Tieu Lac had left, and she had left without waiting for him to come back. Mr. Quan looked at the money box, then at the letter again. All the excitement he had carried back to the farm disappeared in an instant. The beach, the matching outfits, the sunglasses, the shy smile he had imagined on Tieu Lac's face, everything collapsed into silence. There would be no surprise, no simple reunion, no peaceful afternoon by the sea. Only this letter, only this empty farm, only the painful trace of a girl who had chosen to disappear before he could even ask her why. Mr. Père, Quan slowly unfolded the paper, and as he read the first line, the world around him seemed to fall completely still. Perhaps this will be the last time I write to you. Mr. Quan stopped breathing for a second. The first line was gentle, but it struck him harder than any accusation could have. There was no anger in Tieu Lac's words, no complaint, no blame, and somehow that made it hurt even more. His eyes moved slowly down the page. I'm sorry, Quan. I'm sorry for breaking my promise. I said I would stay and help you take care of the farm, but in the end I still chose to leave. I'm sorry for entering your life, receiving so much kindness from you, and then disappearing like this when you have done nothing wrong. Mr. Quan's hand tightened around the paper. No, he whispered. Why are you saying sorry? He looked around the empty room, as if Tieu Lac might still be standing somewhere nearby, waiting to explain herself. But there was only silence. The same table, the same walls, the same small corner she had once cleaned so carefully. Everything was still here, except her. He forced himself to keep reading. I have never regretted meeting you. I have never regretted loving you. If anything, I am grateful. Because of you, I learned what it feels like to be cared for. I learned what it feels like to have someone worry about me, protect me, and give me a place where I could finally breathe. Mr. Quan's eyes grew red. He remembered the first days she had stayed at the farm. She was always careful, always polite, always acting as if she had no right to take up too much space. Even when she was hungry, she would say she was fine. Even when she was tired, she would keep working. It had taken so long for her to slowly open her heart, and even then, she only opened it a little at a time. But he had noticed. He had noticed the way her eyes softened when she felt safe. He had noticed the way she tried to hide her smile when Milou ran around the yard. He had noticed the quiet peace on her face during ordinary mornings when there was nothing special happening, just sunlight, work, and the two of them existing in the same place. He had thought that was enough. He had thought that if he stayed patient, if he protected her gently, if he gave her enough time, then one day she would stop being afraid. But now her letter was telling him that she had left because of that very fear. The memories we shared will always be beautiful to me. But some things cannot be changed by love alone. There are distances, pressures, and circumstances that I cannot ignore. I used to think that if two people loved each other enough, they could overcome everything. But now I understand that sometimes reality is stronger than love. Mr. Quan frowned. Reality? He said under his breath. What reality? He said under his breath. What reality? His mind began moving through every possibility. Had someone said something to her? Had she heard something while he was away? Had she been hurt? Threatened? Had she believed that she was not suitable for him? Or had she been hiding something from him all this time? The more he thought about it, the more his chest tightened. Tieu Lac was exactly that kind of person. She could smile while carrying pain. She could say nothing while making the hardest decision alone. She could disappear because she believed leaving would make things easier for everyone else, even if it destroyed her. And that was what made him angry. Not angry at her, angry that she never trusted him enough to share the burden. He continued reading, though every line felt heavier than the last. I am leaving not because I no longer love you. I am leaving because I still love you. Maybe that sounds strange, but I do not want you to keep being tired because of me. I do not want my life, my past, or my troubles to become something that pulls you down. You deserve a better path. You deserve someone who can stand beside you without making your life more difficult. Mr. Quan closed his eyes. A bitter laugh almost escaped him, but it died in his throat. She still doesn't understand, he whispered. She thought she was protecting him. She thought leaving was some kind of sacrifice. She thought he would be happier if she disappeared from his life. But she did not know that her absence was already hurting him more than any hardship they could have faced together. He looked at the shopping bag still sitting beside him. Inside it were the matching outfits he had bought with such innocent hope. He had imagined taking her to the beach, letting her see the sea, giving her one day where she did not have to think about pain. While he had been choosing sunglasses for her, she had been writing goodbye. That realization broke him quietly. Not with shouting, not with chiding, not with tears falling immediately. Just a deep, silent ache that spread through him until even breathing felt difficult. Milou, eat well and stay home. And Quan will probably return in a day or two. Please look after the house for him. Mr. Quan looked toward the yard. Even Milou seemed quieter than usual. Tieu Lac had thought of everything. The farm, Milou, the money box, the goodbye. She had prepared her leaving carefully, step by step, as if she had spent the whole time convincing herself not to turn back. I will remember you from afar. I hope you will be peaceful, happy, and always smile on the road ahead. Thank you for being by my side. Thank you for helping me during this time, and I'm sorry that in the end, I still have to say goodbye. Goodbye, my former love. Mr. Quan stared at the final line. My former love. Those words cut deeper than anything else. Former. As if everything between them had already been placed in the past. as if she had decided for both of them that their story had ended, as if love could be folded into a letter left on a table and abandoned with a money box in an empty farm. Mr. Quan lowered the paper slowly. For a long moment, he did not move. The room was quiet. Outside, the wind passed through the farm. The same farm where Tieu Lac had once worked, smiled, worried, endured, and slowly become part of his life without either of them realizing how deep she had gone. Then his pain began to change. At first it was confusion, then heartbreak, then anger at the situation, at the silence, at the way she had chosen to disappear without giving him a chance to speak. And finally, determination. "No," he said. His voice was low but firm. "You don't get to leave like this, Tieu Lac." He folded the letter carefully, almost protectively, and placed it close to his chest. He was not rejecting her words. He had read them. He understood her fear, her guilt, her belief that leaving was the only way, but understanding did not mean accepting. She had written that she still loved him. That was enough. If she had left because she no longer cared, perhaps he would have had to let her go. But she had left while still loving him. She had left because of something she called reality, something she had not explained, something she believed she had to face alone. Then he would find out what that reality was. Mr. Quan stood up. He looked around the farm one more time, trying to think like Tieu Lac. She would not go back to her foster parents. He knew that. Whatever had happened there, it was not a place she could return to. She also would not go somewhere obvious, not if she was trying to avoid him. She would choose somewhere crowded enough to disappear, but simple enough to survive. The markets. That was where he would start. He picked up the shopping bag, then paused. For a second, he looked at it with a pain he could not hide. The gift no longer carried the happiness he had imagined, but he still took it with him, because when he found her, he wanted her to know that before he ever read this letter, before he knew she had gone, he had been coming back with joy. He had been coming back for her. Mr. Quan stepped out of the empty house and into the yard. The farm behind him felt colder than before, but his eyes were no longer lost. "Wherever you went," he whispered, "I'll find you." Then he walked away from the farm, carrying her letter, the gift, and the ache of a love that had not ended just because one person had tried to say goodbye.